Hello guys, welcome back. Here we are, me talking to a camera again. It looks like it takes a fucking plague for me to start recording again. It's been many months and I have been all over the place, both physically and mentally, I suppose. And here we are. So now I decided to do all these things I was planning to do, but I didn't have time because I was running around exploring. So I think now I have no excuses. And I was also thinking, I don't know, maybe it's gonna entertain some of you to hear me blubber through this difficult times for all of us. Yeah, this is fucking awkward. I am in loss of words. So, and also people are asking, where am I? What the hell happened? Where did I get stuck? Why I am where I am? And, what the hell's going on? I must say that I had a little moment of feeling very helpless and kind of like everything that I want to do seems quite irrelevant in times like this. Like, there's, I don't know. It's just very strange. It seems. Some people say like, well, it's actually more relevant now than ever to tell stories, to share art, to share beauty, and also to that I could share my travels with you, and which was also always the point, for me to knowing that I was able to do that. I felt in a how should I put this? I felt obliged. I felt like it's my duty to share it, because there is no point of doing things that without others also having, like not everybody is able to travel, so I have to share. And I'm I guess I won't be sharing any travel videos anytime soon. So, but at least I can process a bit of what I've done so far, and starting from photography, and also focusing on writing mostly right now, and not mentioning that I had I'm lucky to have some work that I can do remotely, so I'm also catching up on that, so I'm in the south of Spain right now. I'm in Granada, and I don't even know where to start, because things started where to start explaining the whole timeline, because things kind of started crumbling down from all directions, and I don't even know when. It kind of took us all by surprise. Well, I remember first of all, sorry, I'm gonna be coughing and making strange sounds, because I've been actually sick for 2 weeks, but feeling much better now, and just having a little bit of a cough that's left. And well, I do not know whether that was a virus or not, and I don't find it very relevant or important right now, because either way all we can do is to really just stay home and try not to, and just assume that we are all contaminated, and try not to spread it to others. But I must say that today, yesterday I felt a bit weird again, and today I'm again feeling like I'm like on the edge, like trying to fight something off, but whatever. It was never really, I never really was or I'm scared for my health. I think I'm young, healthy relatively, and I'm not panicking for myself. I'm more worried about just spreading it to others, without knowing, and that's why also I decided not to go back to UK, even though that's the closest I have, um, the closest to home I have. You know, being a nomad actually, but still there are some places and some things that are, you know, that I'm connected with there. And of course I have friends there as well. So one of my first uh, impulses was like, I need to go back, especially because there were also kind of like logistical things that were waiting for me there that I had to be present for, or at least I thought I have to be, and now I guess things can still happen without me, but in a different, it's gonna be a little bit different and very stressful also without being able to be there. But uh, but you know, one of the impulses was to go back as soon as possible. But the other, it was very difficult to know what to do, and I think a lot of people were caught in this kind of situation that they weren't prepared for, because on one hand I wanted to get back, and on the other, taking the plane right now was quite risky for many reasons, because they were, you know, canceling everything, and as you like, they were canceling any minute now, kind of. And I didn't want to go to the airport. It was quite I was still weak, I was still coughing. So to be honest, like, I had a lot of symptoms, except you know, since it kind of can look like a cold until you get tested, you don't really know. But I didn't have a fever, so that was a plus. And but still, you know, it was not a very good look. I was really, you know, not looking and not sounding very well. So going to the airport, you know, if nothing else, it would have been like a scary look, I guess, for people. But also, you know, just going to the airport right now was like, first I was afraid of being stuck, like logistically, just going, you know, putting myself together and just feeling sick and putting myself together, going there just to find out that my flight is cancelled. And then I had no guarantee they would let me back in here, especially if I was coming back from the airport and being like, hey, I'm just coming back from the airport bringing you the virus, you know. And also the person who was here, responsible receptionist, was kind of panicking of I don't know why. She kind of had a delayed reaction to me being sick, and only when I started coughing she started thinking like I had something, and she sent me to the doctor, which is obviously a terrible idea right now. But I felt like I have to go to, with nothing else, to just calm her down, and so she lets me stay, or I don't know. So I did go to the doctor, and of course they didn't test me, because they don't test just anyone who shows up. Otherwise it would be grande bordello. Everybody would have to, you know, it would be just a chaos. And of course it's a very bad idea to go to the doctor right now, because, you know, if I was sick, what is happening? I risk passing it on to whoever is there, and that including the healthcare staff, which is now kind of needed. And if I don't have anything, well, I risk catching it there and bringing it back anyway. So the logic behind it was kind of wrong, and so I felt terrible about that, like, you know, going through all the process, and I had to register because I'm, you know, not registered in Spain, blah blah blah. So going through all this process, and I felt like I'm just wasting their time, and of course just to hear, well, there's nothing to worry about, just stay home. Okay. So then a lot of people were urging me to, like, you know, go to hospital, get tested, like, you know, it's not that easy now, and it's also a bit it's just not you know, they need these resources for people who really need them, and there will be a lot of people who really need resources to survive. So if everybody just goes to the doctor with any kind of symptoms, that's gonna be fucked up. Anyway, I I'm not really good at, you know, telling people what to do. I think we've been all now saturated with all sorts of advice, and I think most of us just knows exactly what to do, which is to stay home, please. Although there will be always some people who are busy now, either either with conspiracy theories or with showing off how they are not afraid to die and they will do whatever the fuck they want. First, isn't that bad as long as you stay home. Second, is a bit more problematic because, of course, if you're not afraid to die, this is your personal choice. You know, you can always, you know, this is your business, but don't bring it, don't pass it on to others. And unfortunately, the virus doesn't only attack stupid people. So, you know, you can pass it on to someone who is not ready to die. Or, you know, even if you're ready, it doesn't mean you have to or you want to. Well, there are others who say, well, if you catch it, it means it was your time. I don't think I have to comment on that. So, there are all sorts of stupidity. I feel like this extreme situation kind of brings up a lot in people, different strange there we go, different strange traits. So what it brings up in me is that I have less and less time for bullshit, and I become even more just less tolerant to bullshit, really. Like, I feel that I have less time for anything unnecessary. And of course, you know, it's kind of funny because I always had this kind of mindset for, you know, being, I don't know how to explain it, like to be always prepared for different emergencies. You know, kind of life has taught me different, you know, just watching your back all the time, making sure, you know, and it comes from very immediate situations, like wherever I am, I kind of always tend to look at the exits, you know, and potential danger. I don't know if this is some kind of disorder, but I just have this mindset, and I think I had a problem a bit with like scarcity mindset as well. I tend to, you know, get things just in case, do things just in case, and things like that. Well, now it doesn't matter because I'm literally stuck here with one small bag of not even essentials, but just some, you know, a few clothes and how I was traveling, whatever I had in a bag. This is now my apocalypse survival kit. So it's not very practical, and I don't even have enough notebooks, which is a real tragedy. And now I even had to, well, it's a lie, I have one extra, but I don't want to think about it because it's like really emergency. So what I do is then I forget about the emergency supplies, so when it's really needed, I'm positively surprised. It's like a psychological trick. So what I was doing today, I was going for a magazine I brought from Italy, and I was looking for like a blank pages to cut it up and make like a notebook. So yeah, that's where we are. And well, one thing I managed to do for this time, so like just before the apocalypse, I cut my hair. Well, I didn't cut it, but I might have as well, because it was a fucking disaster. I mean, I'm glad, because I started looking like a abandoned puppy or something with really like bad. Anyway, so yeah, I went to cut my hair, and it was the worst hairdressing experience of my life. The lady just like I came in, and the lady was just talking to other people. So she just said, Alexandra. Yes, Alexandra. Okay, so come here. Okay, so I'm coming, and she's like, she continues, she does her thing, and she talks to some people that were there. So everybody's kind of like standing over me and just talking. I'm like, okay, nice. And then I was trying to explain her what I need in Spanish, and I speak Spanish like, for I've been like, well, now it's been 2 weeks. 2 weeks, but of quarantine, so I don't really speak much here. But before I was like a week speaking Spanish. I never spoken Spanish before, so I was just forced by someone I met who just started talking to me in Spanish, assuming that I understand what he's saying. So I had to like catch up quickly with Google Translate and a bit of French, Italian, and other invented languages. I was just like hoping that might be the correct thing. Anyway, so I was trying to really slowly explain her with my hands and my multilingual abilities what I need. And yeah, they were just kind of like laughing and saying like, oh yeah, it's very difficult to understand, very difficult. Like, yes, like just fucking listen to me for a second, stop talking, so I'll explain to you what I need. And then she's like, yeah, I know exactly what you need, I know exactly what you mean, everything. And she's just like, cut it like with a fucking chainsaw or something, or an axe. And I'm just like, what the fuck just happened here? Like she was supposed to do layers and there was no fucking layers. And yeah, and she's like, oh, but it's beautiful, like, oh, very, very nice, very nice, this is what you need, no, and I'm like, fuck no, that's not what I meant, like, this is too short, that's not what I wanted. And she's like, no, it's great, you're gonna love it, I'm sure you're gonna love it. So, right, so I just kind of, I just told her, okay, because it wasn't looking very bad from behind, but I know that my hair just like gonna do its own thing in a few weeks, so, Anyway, it's not like I'm going out anywhere important right now. So, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I was talking about the whole situation, but I'm running out of time here, so I need to make another one. Yeah, I mean, you remember how I do videos, right? It never makes any sense. So, because I suck at editing. Okay. Boop.